Brothers and sisters, brothers and sisters, the soul children, brothers and sisters, brothers and sisters, the soul children, brothers and sisters, brothers and sisters, the soul children, brothers and sisters, brothers and sisters, the soul children. I don't know.
That's right, niggas. Brother Panic. I'll be in Charlotte, North Carolina next week on the 9th, Saturday. Let's go. 1 week from today, I'll be at the Hyatt House in Charlotte, 435 East Trade Street, Charlotte, North Carolina, 29202 from 2 p.m. to 9. That's on November 9th. Just 35 at the door, 35 for the webinar. Contact VCWESI, VISCWESI @gmail.com. This is the day of the day. Synchronization and manifestation. How to make shit come into reality, into this reality, into the reality you currently choose to agree with. So, very important information, very important methodology. I'll be speaking, Khadija will be speaking on the 9th in Charlotte, North Carolina, the first time I'm in North Carolina. So I urge you to come out. My girl Kim says she's coming. So bring your ass, Kim, and your significant other. Just 35 at the door. And again, if you can't make it, as always, the webinar, contact Visa, culturallyspeaking.com, or email her directly, VCWESI @gmail, VISEWESI @gmail. The sleeping giant awaits your correspondence. All right. So go on, do what you gotta do, son. All right, where we at? Let's go. All right. I'm gonna try to give you some key information for those who are on the frequency. For those who's just fucking around, continue fucking around, you may carry on. But for those on the frequency, you're going to get down to some basic information, basic things you do to keep your shit in order, to keep your head above water in this particular war that you are absolutely currently in. You're not in negotiations, you're in a full-blown war, a war that is happening, and it is a direct assault on your mind. It is not a decoy war that's been put before you, meaning you out here arguing with white people, Black Lives Matter, and just trying to get ahead in this economy. You know, all of that silly. You'll find through the many years we've been here, many ups and downs, but one constant thing that doesn't change is that you're still stuck down here in the cycles of reincarnation. And that's the true enemy. That's the true issue you have. The object is to elevate your mind to a level of true freedom. The Gnostics called it the Paloma, which is another word for heaven. And we heard that worn out concept for so long, it has no meaning or no juice. And it seems like something that's just a concept that you use to pacify yourself. But this concept comes from something that is real. It is a state of rest, a state of knowing, a state of being that doesn't exist in a slave reality that you're in. You're in a slave reality. The human body is the apparatus for that work to occur. So your mind believes that the better human experience is the human experience that you need to seek. And of course, it feels better. That's the trick. It feels better, and the best you could possibly feel, let's even say Jay-Z, because that's the nigga striving example that everyone here is really going for. Let's say you become that, the wool is still pulled over your eyes on a cosmic level, as opposed to a day-to-day rational, intelligent level, which is a very low level. It is the level that you've actually been cursed with down here, reasoning, rationale, and thinking, because you will rationalize your dysfunction to no end. So when you get off the rationalization, the justification for a better human nigga life, the justification, economics and let black people run this and this, that, the other. Nah, listen, black people's nature down here will always be warring. I mean, you could see it now, even in so-called consciousness. There's, no matter, you leave you alone for a while, then all of a sudden niggas want to debate. Niggas want a rap battle, electric boogie battle. I took your head. You know what I'm saying? All that bullshit, the Vogue, fags want to Vogue. You know what I'm saying? It's a warring thing. So you want to kind of understand what you're trying to do is get out of those wars, get out of those debates, get out of those arguments, not for the sake of what is right or what is wrong. The actual act of arguing is the issue for you. The choice that you, whatever side you picked, no matter how much you can prove one side or the other side can prove the other, the back and forth is the distraction. So even though you're not ignorant enough to do love and hip hop fighting, you are doing love and hip hop fighting with these fucking arguments and debates. To what end? Once someone proves that they're right, then what you have? A correct slave. There's nothing worse in existence than a slave with an ego. You're a cosmic motherfucking flunky and don't even know it. The information is there. I urge you to look at one of the old world doctrines that's shown up again. One of those things that it's scored for the team with light, and that is the Gnostic text. They will tell you about an ancient reality. I shouldn't even say an ancient reality. It's ancient information about a reality that exists today. A setup, how this reality We know it's the Matrix. We know it's an illusion. We know it's flawed. We've all pretty much come to that determination. So how is it? What's the detail of this flaw? What's the setup? What's the reason for this? Those are the questions we need to ask ourselves internally. What's really being used? Now, I told you last time, or brought up, because I'm not the one to break this information. I'm just putting it in a context that your energy is the most valuable thing in existence. And your human body is an apparatus for dispensing energy of your true light. So your true light is the source of all things in existence. You can call it chi, kundalini, prana, and all of that. You, with melanin, have the ability to harness through your visualization, which is an apparatus of your imagination and your creativity. You are the absolute source of all creation. This rides in you. Everyone here does not have that. So that means your energy is the most valuable. For your energy to be harvested, which it is on this planet, as they pointed out in the movie Jupiter Ascending. For your energy to be harvested, your mind must be occupied, as they told you in the Matrix. For them to use you as a battery, they must create this prison for your mind. Planet Earth is a prison for your mind. And you niggas are still fighting for it with this organic shit. You need to understand, your enemies are closer than you think. All this shit is not of you. It is not of your source. It is a grand production, scenery, made to maintain this apparatus, Mr. Organic. And as you maintain this apparatus, it allows you to exist in harmony with the prison called planet Earth. All while entities of a cosmic level suck off you, with agents down here who understand their job and their role to have your ass walking around day to day, arguing amongst each other as the wheel just keeps on turning. Your stupidity is the grease that lubricates this motherfucking vampiric, angelic group of beings that feed off of you. Your worry about the gas bill. You fretting over the heat bill, the light bill, your mortgage, your rent, your job, your kids, your significant other, what white people are gonna do, the police, the government, the tax man. Will we come back and take rap again? Gentrification of Harlem. All those things are to occupy you, keep you arguing and debating and reasoning and using logic, not using the heart and the inner knowing, which is the spirit, to only realize that which sleeps within you is the keys to your prison break. So just with the stupid idea, panic, how do I do this and not come back, is a testimony of saying, I don't know shit, because I haven't done enough work to have the realization in myself, the confidence in myself to say, I am not coming back, because I know I am the captain of my ship. But you're not saying that. What you're saying is, I don't want to come back and I'm scared. You've only been tricked into being scared. those who feed off of you, and if you need a name, you can start searching with the word archons. Those archons that feed off of you, they need you to be occupied because they cannot control your mind directly. They have to inspire you to think a certain way, and you do it yourself. And that also is their weakness, because if you find the correct information that deals with the nature of who and what you are, you have the ability to retake your own mind, such as I have, to my best ability. It's always an ongoing thing, because these things work like the universe and with the universe, so they are chaotic, which means they are dynamic, which means once you change, something else is going to change with it. So there's no way you can get to a certain place, stay there, and don't think that this energy frequency won't be attacked again, as long as you're in the apparatus called the human body. Death is your only true escape, but to die well is what you need to do. Not just be a fucking mindless, empty, useless eater being recycled based upon your own fucking ignorance. Your heart being light as a feather is to realize this is empty. My heart is light as a feather because what would make my heart heavy? In this particular context, when you see this mythology before the judgment of this lifetime, the only thing that can make my heart heavy if I believe this lifetime really existed in any context. So it ain't even about the level of, did you steal horses, or did you covet thy wife and thy neighbor's goods? It's not even about that. It's about, do you believe this shit really happened? Or do you believe your soul was entrapped into a mind matrix? And understanding that, knowing that, not just believing it in terms of blind belief, believing in what you know to be absolute within. And there's nothing fooling you, then how could your heart be heavy? Some guy named Panic did all of the above. But my soul, which has a whole entirely different name, has done none of it. Therefore, my heart cannot be heavy with something I didn't do. I am just like Neo, asleep in a pod called the human body, used as a battery. The food that they need comes from you, and the more you give is based upon how much you indulge in humanity. To be human is to be that battery. So yes, is Panic human? Absolutely. I'm having a human experience. And that's why you hear things like that. I'm a soul having a human experience, not a human with a soul, because they're trying to remind you of a perspective that you need to develop and or adopt. You understand? You need to adopt the perspective that you are a soul having a human holocaust. So the more you indulge, we need media power, economic power, political power. We need to be going for more land, more ownership, the economy. We need to save our babies. The old people don't get what we need for the elders. Black on black crime, it must stop. Now, I understand about trying to relieve yourself while we're in this Holocaust, but everything I just named should be plan B while you're dealing with plan A, which is to liberate your soul from your human body. But again, it has been, is, and always will be a frequency of consciousness I'm talking about, not something you can do as a nigga. just cause another nigga said it, or just cause it sounds real niggery and anti-white and anti-coon shit. You just want to do it. It don't work like that. This is a calling, and it's a calling after lifetime of consciousness to a point where in this particular lifetime, I'm talking to frequency, and those who have done the work in previous lives hear exactly what the fuck I'm talking about, and this message is enlightening to them. Everyone else can hear the words I'm saying. I'm sure your intellect will do you justice there, but you cannot use them to transform yourself because you still need to do work in your releasing before you can gain this information. You have to let go before you can, your cup has to be empty. Most of you niggas walk in here with full cups thinking you can complete my sentences, which you can, because I'm speaking clear, plain English for dummies. But you don't understand the hidden frequency that's being spit out over through sound. I know how to encode light in sound. You understand? So the light code that I'm spitting, only a frequency small could actually hear it. And I'm talking to them. You need to up your frequency. To up your frequency, here's how you get there. You're going to have to start thinking internally, what human thing can I give up? What human thing that brings me joy? What human thought process that brings me joy can I give up? So someone told me I should be excited about Black Lives Matter. Let it go. Maybe start there. Maybe start by letting go what you call black leaders, Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, Farrakhan, Allah, Jesus. Stop being led around by someone else. Understand, I've never been a courteous nigga to you guys because I never wanted to be a friend to you. I've offered respect when I've seen any of you live because that's who and what I am. That's my motherfucking nature. But understand, when it comes to this work, I'm not trying to be your buddy. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not trying to buddy you up because you niggas are too busy looking for human compassion and human friendship. I'm showing you how to stand up for yourself, transform yourself, by yourself, for yourself, irregardless of me. You don't need me. Panic, what do you think about this? Panic, how do you feel about this? What the fuck? Stop being a fucking nut-hugging human ghoul. You understand what I'm saying? Step up, have some of your own fucking balls, wash your fucking vagina, and get to work. This shit is all in you if you choose to access it. There's no time for fucking around. This has been laid out to you. You are in an absolute full-blown war. You need to understand how the attacks happen. They happen through one word: instigation. There is a spiritual force, and you could find this all in Gnostic writing. I know you're lazy, so go on YouTube and look up Gnosticism, look up archons, decipher through all the agents that bore you until you find something that gives you flat facts and information. You'll find people also read from the Gnostic scriptures. The actual writing is different now. This we talking about source information. And they teach about how this place you are in was created. What in the fuck are you waiting for? Every nigga I meet, I wanna die and not come back. So can you say you've spent a decent amount of time, an extreme amount of time, or even a little time on studying what matrix that you are actually in to know how to get out? But you waiting for me to just tell you in a lecture This is how you do it, stupid. Thank you. Ding, 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 ding. And you don't even know if anything I said is real because you haven't come to the realization yourself internally. You just trusting that I'm telling you that. And I'm sure you've seen as of late in YouTube what nigga trust gets you. No fucking where. Now about fucking 4 or 5 years of debates, and where are niggas? Nowhere. And nobody's in it. The debate fad seems to be over. Nowhere. This is about personal, as I always said, transformation. We will never, as a collective, do shit together. It is not meant to work like that. That's a trick. That's a mind trick. That's a trick that was given to you by the civil rights movement. That's why they keep reiterating that shit each time they get an opportunity. But that movement, though, but we did a lot of great things in that movement. You niggas will never be great unless you know that movement. We did all this work in the civil rights movement, and look what you niggas do. Making you feel guilty about some shit you are not connected to and don't feel naturally. That's why you naturally don't pick up on that work. What's natural or used to be natural or organic was rap. That's why everybody niggas want to rap. They just made it juicy so all the doctors, lawyers, butchers, bakers, and candlestick makers, they'll never exist because every kid want to be a rapper. So they streamline and weaponize your craft against you. Now, I would have been a scientist, but now I want to fucking make beats. I'm a producer. You really have the scientific mind, the mind to transform other minds. But you're so busy trying to learn the fucking Akai and Pro Tools because you're going to be a fucking rap genius. There's only 5 that you notice in the last 20 years, and you trying to be one of them. All that shit's a weapon. All that shit's to occupy you. You understand? It's to occupy you. You need to understand inspiration versus instigation is the true war that's inside of you. Inspiration versus instigation. You are instigated daily. When you're angry about shit, that's an instigation by archons. They have to make you passionate about earth shit, traffic. That's archons. Bosses, that's archons, or what bosses deliver to you. That fear, that terror, that's archon. And they're trying to instigate situations and have you react with extreme emotion. Instigating situations for extreme emotion. The extreme emotion is dinner. The extreme emotion is food for that which created this. The false God that most of you pray, the niggas is doing all of this in the church too. Yeah, he's good, isn't he? Don't he do it? Don't he do it? Fucking retards. Fucking monkeys. Just feeding. And all this is clearly in Gnosticism. I'm not just feeling this and made it up and say, I want to tell you because I feel a certain kind of way. They tell you this is what's happening. They tell you that there's agents in the body down here, setting up shop, creating situations for better feeding, to herd you niggas. So Martin Luther King and the civil rights, they had to get you niggas in the mentality of, we shall overcome. We gonna make it to the mountaintop. Segregation, oh no. Integrate, nigga. Be a part of this shit. Because when you're separate and say words like separate, you talk about individuality. So when we were segregating, we were still had an individual mentality. So to even create a town, we needed a certain amount of individuals for it to function. And those individuals were expert in their area, which means they had something to offer that became a congregation, that became the town. But ultimately, they were a separate powerhouse or a separate entity. Think about it now. We're trying to talk about this economic union or collaboration, or trying to receive economic equality through a black union, and no one really has anything to offer. We're really talking about rescuing empty-headed motherfuckers that won't or don't, can't, or haven't been given the opportunity to realize their personal talent. Because to a entity that seeks to keep you asleep, your personal talent is irrelevant. Rap, you had to have personal talent at a certain point. That's done. Now, any individual without talent not only is trying to rap, are the top rappers. A talentless group of ghouls, mindless, empty, useless eaters, silly tattoo face, broken ass, ebonics ass, dumb, lean ass niggas with absolutely, positively nothing fucking interesting to say. Now run one of the greatest inventions to come to earth since the fucking pyramids that I've seen in this particular lifetime, called rap music. That's because I know you're trained to think white people have something to do with it, but they are the worst. They are the most emptiest, therefore the most controllable. You ever have a conversation with white people? They're fucking stupid. You rarely meet a smart white man. Intellectually, you may find one that's on fire because that's the best they're going to get. But just this knowing of how to be in a room, knowing when the mood has changed, and now fuck it, let's not watch TV, or fuck it, yo, let's watch TV, and fuck it, let's not go. Niggas know that. Niggas, you can walk around, nah, them niggas ain't moving. Nah, them niggas trying to leave. You just know it. It's more of a knowing than someone who just told you, I want to leave, I want to go. It's a bigger sense that they don't have. You get what I'm saying? Which is true intelligence. It's more of a cosmic intelligence as well, a knowing that's in you. They do not have that knowing. They need instructions. And from our true perspective, that's what makes you stupid. That's what makes you ignorant. Can they learn it? Perhaps, but it's none of my business or my concern. I'm concerned with those who have the true light, the true calling. And 88% of you other niggas, good luck. Good luck. You can't talk. Morpheus said it best. Anyone who's still in the matrix is your enemy. So these stuck niggas, no matter how intellectually cute or how much information they repeat, is still your fucking enemy. And you've seen that plenty of time. A friend of you is someone who's going to give it to you straight. That's the best friend you'll ever have out of me. Giving it to you straight. Learn something, motherfucker. You ain't special because you got a fucking vagina, because somebody calls you king some fucking where. Nigga, that's an ego burst. And that's also a part of the trickery that's got you stuck down here. You know, and I know, you ain't shit. And we could take that to whatever fucking bank you want to. You ain't shit. To be shit, it takes a certain frequency of work. And you lazy ass, hotepery ass niggas ain't doing it. It's real simple shit. Get educated on where you are, know who the fuck you are, and start putting in what it takes internally to release yourself. I don't want to come back. I don't want to come back. Fucking robot. Oh, you on your way back. If you don't do nothing, just hanging around YouTube ain't doing it. You have to be honest with yourself. What am I? Who am I? Not what you tell the world. Because you've been lying to the world. And you're supposed to. What the fuck? I don't know what you do in your bed, where you scratch, what itches. Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck cares? How often you wash your vagina? Who cares? You're gonna hide that. You're gonna take a bath in the sink, put on some clean clothes and act like you did something. Who the fuck knows? That's not what you're trying to be. You know, though. You know. And that's not what you'll ever show the world. But you can't front on yourself like you're something that you're not. So you really ask yourself, what is it you know, what you are? And then that honest look at yourself, you start to put down your ego. Because you start to believe your own ego after a while. I am the baddest motherfucker on the planet. You're so busy trying to prove it to everybody else, till now you're sitting by yourself saying, you know something, I do believe my own shit. No, you only did things for that rep or did things for that reality. He is the baddest motherfucker. Why? Because he did this, did that, did this, or he didn't do this, didn't that. So that's a thing you're displaying, clearly. But when you start believing it, you start forgetting you made moves for that reaction. And those moves were just shit you made up in your head. And they may have been smart and genius for whatever scenario or situation it is. But in the end, it's just something you did versus what the next person did, which means it's all fronting. Slick Rick said it best. Rappers are all fronting. I said, say it ain't so, Slick Rick. What do you mean, Slick Rick? He said, because all that, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Feel me on that. You know what I'm saying? Really, old son, we gonna do that. All that nigga shit, he said, none of them do it in front of their mother. I said, simple and fucking profound, which means all of that hip hop hand shit you do is all fronting. All of that nigga shit you do is all fronting. Because you get in front of your mom, hello, mom. And even if you get in front of your mom to do all of this shit, know what she's saying? I remember you used to shit on yourself, vomit on yourself, cry if I took your fucking licorice, cry when I told you to get in the bed, scared because something was under the bed, Mr. Great hip hop gangster rapper and whatever nigga. So you can't front in front of your moms. This core understanding shows you, well, maybe everything I'm doing is a performance. And just like I can't front in front of my moms, I definitely can't front in front of myself. When you come to that honesty, you're at step one of confronting your ego. Step one at confronting your ego to understand that it's fucking imaginary. It's a part of the outfit that you're wearing here. And if you could just take that outfit off, then you'll see you're naked and ashamed of who you are. The emperor has no clothes, nigga. Then you can start to see, well, where am I? What do I need to do in reality to start building up an understanding and an armor? Then you find out you're being used in every fashion. I know you're trained to think on your job or maybe by a girl or some shit, but there's a cosmic thing happening here. You've gotten so many flat earth clues, so many movies that show you that you're locked down, because that Masonic information and all that, they know. The higher ones, they know exactly what this is and what we're talking about. Don't get it confused with your father, the Mason, who used to go on all them boat trips, them Eastern Stars that organize fucking dinners and chicken plates. Don't get it confused with those who are still in the know, who run this place, who understand exactly what it is they're doing, what it is they're working for, and the chattel that you are. You are nothing but food. You gotten all these clues. Your birth certificate, maritime law, the straw man, all of these are trying to show you and prove to you what it is you are, no matter how much rap music you do, how many movies you trying to be in, how deep you dropped it on niggas. All of that shit don't mean nothing to a cosmic entity that helped to set up this motherfucking shit. You in an ant farm, nigga. And the thing about ants in an ant farm, they don't know that they're in one. The thing about chickens in a chicken coop, they don't know that they're in one. The thing about cows in a pasture, they don't know it's just a matter of time before we catch them at Beefsteak Charlie's. It's just a matter of time for their asses sitting around at a steakhouse getting a little A1 put on their ass. Go and tell it, nigga. So you have the choice, do you want to be that? Or do you want to live in your divine nature? God is just a thing you say. We are beyond that. The light in you gives birth to gods. And there's a mythology that teaches about that, Titans. And of course, Titans got trapped where? Tartarus, Hades. Your body is Tartarus, dude. Your fire soul is Kronos, dude. Your children trap you down here to feed off of you. I know it sounds a little bit mystical, a little bit spooky, a little bit, well, we need to focus on what's happening here. Your mind is on Saturn, nigger. And we're gods. You can't have it both ways. If you're a god, what are you, the god of earth? Huh? You're a goddess? Hey, goddess. You're a goddess, what you, the goddess of earth? Because if you're the god and goddess of earth, you sure not getting shit done right. This is a funny way to express it. Paying your mortgage is a funny way of expressing it. Walking up and down 125th Street yelling is a funny way of expressing shit. We free, nigga, we free. Going to see Harriet is a funny way of expressing you as a god or goddess of earth. No, you're a cosmic god and goddess, and you know it. But you're getting your ass whipped in a war, and you don't know it. Instigation and inspiration, that's the war. You're being instigated into human, emotional, I'm a light worker. That's also a part of it. I do energy work. Oozy. Like, yeah, I get it, it's all good, but that's because, like I said, you feeling pain, you feeling discomfort in this apparatus, you need to do what you need to do to make it feel better. And I suspect that's what the ancients were doing. Now it's become niggas, once I found this shit, that's all I need to do. When all of this shit piles on my head, all I need to do is go, oh, breathe it out, nigga. And all of a sudden, I'm good. So there's no fight to say the fact that I have to do all of this shit, have to find all this organic food, have to do all this breathing, have to do all this meditation, have to light all these candles, have to try to figure out all this magic, have to figure out economies and all that. What if all of that has one core problem? You're a human being. Humanity is the problem, because out of humanity, all these other problems surface. And then the carrot in front of your face becomes, if you learn metaphysics, if you learn meditation, if you learn Pilates, if you get a facelift, if you have this economic plan, once we take over the media, if Oprah became conscious, we will all do this, Black Lives Matter, that becomes this carrot that you follow. And once you get to whatever oasis here, just because of the law of polarity, which we know, the other side of the coin is always waiting. That's what that shit means. That you will never, the law of rhythm, a pendulum swing to the left, there's an equal one to the right. It's telling you, you will never, never find the heaven or the balance down here. The only way to find it is out. It's out and to leave it behind. It's an equation. Your ego wants to figure, how did the black man get on top, destroy this white man, and take over the world again? And you're fighting an equation that is dynamic, that will constantly change. Will constantly change. So as soon as you figure out the map of the prison, we just change the prison. And then you got another map to figure out, and another, and while you're figuring it out, life goes on and the feeding continues. All by instigating you, by showing you black kids getting beat, instigating by putting Zimmerman in front of you, and you're sitting there, even if you don't go Trayvon crazy, each time you see Zimmerman on the inside, I wish I can kill Zimmerman, you racist motherfucker. You still feel this disgust. And that's how what rules you eats. Once you start divesting emotionally, is when you start to get some sort of clarity in your warring, instigating mind. That clarity brings forth inspiration. That inspiration can be also called spiritual communication. So to talk to spirits, to be in communicato with spirits, you have to be in a place where you can be inspired. So all the zzz and the ahs and the ohms and the candle lighting is for the goal to shut down instigation, wild thoughts, for inspiration or spirituality to break through. That's why you do this shit. Not as a way of life, to feel better because you're no longer in church and you found breathing a 4, 5, 7 pack, 1, 2, 3 holds, 3, 3, 4. I'm not shitting on it. It works, but it should be working towards something. And ultimately, all this shit is about spirit. It's not one versus the other. In the end, you're either a spiritual person or a human person. Pick a fucking side. And your spirituality doesn't mean you get one uniform thing. You've been mind controlled by civil rights to think what I do spiritually, you're supposed to come to the same conclusion because we're in some sort of religion or we are now in a group together. Because you wear a Baphomet chain and I wear a Baphomet chain. A picture or a symbol tells 1,000 words. Those things, that thing is supposed to tell me 1,000 words. And you maybe 1,000 other words. So what? The true spiritual being understands we don't have to come to the same conclusion, same path, or the same determination. It only comes down to one thing. Are you finding light from that, brother? Yes. High five, nigga, high five. Sometimes we'll be synchronized, sometimes we won't. That's no debating. That's not grounds for debate. That's grounds for nodding your head and recognizing the God in that other individual. Namaste. No, I'm a stay. That's what you niggas say. No, I'm a stay. No, I'm a stay. So I don't say dumb shit like that. Number one, because it's just dumb shit to say because it's an act of your ego. So somebody says, okay, goodbye, namaste. I'm better than you. I know some other shit you don't know. What did namaste mean? Well, allow me to explain. Be happy to pontificate. It's an ego thing, nigga. I don't give a fuck what that means. To me, it means you saying, nah, I'ma stay. Namaste. Monkey. I'ma stay. I'm a monkey. Fucking mindless, empty-headed, lazy, no account niggas need to get it together. Nah, I'ma stay. Get it together. So all of that shit is good if you have a goal to find out something other than better humanity. So you meditating to be calm, meditating on the higher planes for answers to this debacle that you're in financially, meditating on how to find your soulmate so you can join up together and y'all can become a power couple, live in the wilderness, off the land, and shop at Whole Foods and smell the organic. This is good. We'll take this cabbage. Fucking weak-minded, little-minded motherfuckers. It's time to grow up. If you're doing those things, smelling your cabbage to see if it's of the delicious nature, it should be only for the purpose of so your apparatus does not get in the way, so your inspiration from your mind can start to show you who and what you are, your purpose for existing here, coming here or getting snatched here, but ultimately the way to elevate yourself past this reality. This works because of your ego and your interest in it. You're trapped here based upon your fucking arrogance. Your arrogance. I'm black, I'm the first one. But see, think about the arrogance. You don't even have to be talking consciousness to be arrogant. Watch them dumb hoes on Love and Hip Hop. Fuck he talking about, right? But he ain't saying that to me, and not me. He don't know who the fuck I am. And what the fuck? Yo, God. And then look at them ego-ness, Stevie J. Yeah, you know, you gotta see the beefcake, nigga. You know what I'm saying? When it happened, nigga, you know what's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, nigga, cause, you know what I'm saying? I'm the one to make it happen. Yeah. And you sitting there going, what in the fuck? This arrogance is why not only they get trapped down here, dumb niggas like that, this shit will go on forever unless it's stopped. And it only gets stopped by a grand awakening. And there's only one way to get out. That's through your own internal realization. Many ways to get to this inner self. So I'm not by any means saying my way is the way, the only way. I only speak to you by someone who's done a great deal of work, feel I've made a great deal of progress, and feel I have the ability to share it intelligently. But it's still on you. Morpheus said it twice to Neo. I can show you all the doors you have to walk through yourself. That's a metaphysical, occult reality. The only thing I'm showing you is doors. I can't show you how do I do and what do I do? You need to say and become clear on what you need to do based upon your study. I am clear on what I need to do when I die. I am clear on it. Because I made myself clear on it, not because Bobby Hemmett said it, not because Phil Valentine said it, not because C. Freeman L. said it, because I say it. The first time you ever tried to ride a skateboard, you got pointers, but in the end, it was your feet, your balance that had to be figured out. So on you, done. That's right, done. Get to work, lazy nigga. One of the things that help you in your work are these energies out here. Everything exists as an energy. So all of those relieving things that help you in the apparatus are also energies. So instead of praying for them, instead of, and note this, your prayers, if they are addressed to anything outside of you, are heard by those, your cosmic enemy. That's why some of those prayers regular nigga folks do are answered, because they're actually, it's in the interest of this lesser God, this demiurge, to grant those wishes for those who pray, because it allows humanity to continue. It allows them to believe that this thing that they pray to is in their best interests. So that's why prayers get answered. You heard me, E5 niggas. That's why it works. If you're being more human with it, I worship this one, I worship that one. That's an energy that's keeping you trapped to feed off of your energy. How many cups of water do you pour? How many chickens do you cut up? How much do you stress and strife over, am I doing it right? Will I be cursed? I can't do that because it's Thursday. I can't wear that. I can only wear white. I had to cut my hair bald, cut a hole in my head, put herbs in my motherfucking head. I couldn't hug nobody, not me. Let me just say, you couldn't hug nobody for a year. Nigga, that's a feeding, you monkey. You ain't doing nothing special. And why it works, because that which you feed is giving you what you think you need to keep existing, to keep feeding it. Your prayers are heard by a lesser demiurge energy, and they feed you. When you internalize what you've been calling prayers into internal invocations of meditation, you call on yourself and your own powers, and energies that are in your favor have names. Bobby Hemmett was giving that to you for years. These are the gods that are on your side. These are the gods that you should be fucking with. These are the gods that we have channeled that are still working with you to free you or help free your mind, because their frequency has been unscathed. Remember, they're energies, they're not people. So energies that were on your side in Africa, by the time they travel to the Caribbean, become reordered by slaves, by minds that have been degraded and degraded and degraded, and call on them with a more degraded mind. Is that degraded mind? And then eventually shows up in America, and you got a bunch of fucking silly niggas trying to get into some old African energies that has been transformed into an energy that now vampires offer you. Jesus Christ is a fucking vampire energy. And so are these ancient African ones that hung around, or we make them stick around, and with our slave minds try to reunite these motherfuckers, and now find yourself serving them. You've been trained to serve something outside of you. And just because you put African names on them does not change how the energy is dealt with. If you don't know how to plug into the electricity in your wall, changing the name of the electricity doesn't mean you get smarter. You just change the name and still get shocked by it. I guess Oshun is mad. You foolish mule. It's hard walking around the planet knowing what you know and seeing the fucking shells that are walking around here. These fucking empty ass robots with little bit of RAM ass niggas. It's almost, I think I'm the one that's crazy in this motherfucker. Nah, I mean, feel me on it, son? You know what I mean, nah? Word, though. Hey. California, nigga, hey, folks, little hand, nigga. Hey, nigga, I'm just, hey, homie. Hey, just nigga, hey, whoa, nigga. Hey, come on, hey, nigga, ain't even, hey, nigga, whoa. Say, nigga, oh, homie, no, oh, no, nigga, no, hey, say, nigga, what's up, nigga? Nigga, what's up, nigga? Nigga, what's up then, nigga? I'm saying that. Okay then, homie. For real though, son, you don't know nothing about this. Country niggas, pussy ass nigga. Real man, come around here with the man, fuck on what I'ma say, nigga. Come on, nigga, pussy ass nigga. South got something to say, nigga. Real dog, nigga. Yeah, boy. I'm telling you, nigga. You don't know what it is, boy. Blend into all stupidity of nigga. Feel me on that one, son? You walking around like ghouls. If you praying to something, something hears you and feeds off of that. That's why that shit needs to be turned internal, because what's in you, you need to invoke, because those are the sleeping gods that have been trapped, called your soul. Get it together, bitch. All right, nigga. So let's deal with something. One of the best books you can get, Bobby Hemmett used to scream his love of this book, The Goddess Book of Days. Excellent book, The Goddess Book of Days. It's by Diane Stein, S-T-E-I-N. A personal 366-day engagement calendar. And of course, there's a new edition. Looks like this, or used to look like this, had this for a while. And every day, they'll tell you the goddesses and gods associated with that day, and sometimes a little bit more information to work with. So you can start with here, and it's building up a pantheon of energy and libation and sacrifice. And that word sounds dramatic. Sacrifice is just maybe putting some food down, pouring some liquor. You know what I'm saying? All that chicken cutting shit, you don't need to do that. It's demiurge shit. You heard me, demiurge shit. Nothing that we deal with wants that. Not anymore, at least. Not anymore. There's a certain time it mattered. See, when you were sacrificing chickens, the sacrifice meant something. So I was rich based upon how many goats and chickens I had in Africa. So killing a goat was a sacrifice. But going to the store for $4.99 and buying the chicken, for $75 and buying a baby goat or whatever it costs, it's not a sacrifice. That's just something you're doing. You want to sacrifice something? Kill your cat. That's a sacrifice. To sacrifice, you gave up something. In my new book, I go into this shit like a motherfucker. How y'all niggas ain't doing shit. That ain't no sacrifice, nigga. You buying shit from the store. It's like you buying this from the store and then cutting it, killing it, and doing whatever. I didn't sacrifice nothing. It's just an exchange. And an exchange of energy does work, but we can't call it a true sacrifice. To give up something is a sacrifice. The true sacrifices to God is everything I've been telling you thus far. You're sacrificing your action. A human sacrifice is what you need to be doing. And a human sacrifice is exactly what I've been telling you. How to give up those things you think are you. Panic, I've been killing him for the longest. So I'm a dark side human sacrificial nigga. I've been sacrificing myself by way of killing this nigga that they call Panic daily. And the gods you call out who are on your side are the ones you're sacrificing to, which are just your names. Your names. Even those gods that we now worship in our ignorance, that now even vampirify humanity, are still aspects of you. Because this whole thing is a war with you. A war of polarity within. And the true light is that which is hidden in you. So let's see, around these 3 days, which are special days, October 31st, November 1st, and today, November 2nd, what kind of shit is in the air? What kind of gods and goddesses you could fuck with? And maybe we'll fuck with some. November's Eve. That's what Halloween is called. This is the 31st. All Saints Eve, Hallows Eve, Hallowman, Halloween, Witches New Year, Celtic New Year, Day of the Connection Between Life and Death. Let me turn it on so you can actually see. So I can read this shit. Read! When the veil between the worlds is the thinnest. So this, of course, is the day to deal heavy with your spirits. This is your new year for the dark side. I don't want to say dark side nigga, because even that shit sounds religious at this point. For the nigga doing the work. It's a very good day. You know what I'm saying? In fact, every day is actually a very good day because that thin veil are for those who need the crutch. But for a nigga who's in this, who just constantly, because this shit, look at it like exercise. So the more liquor and food you put down, the more you regard these energies. You regard them as you regard someone who's standing right next to you. So if you're dealing, let's say, with Hanneman, how you communicate, you talk as if he's standing right there. So just like any friend, if you need a favor, that's how you ask him, just like you would ask that friend. You're talking directly to yourself. Hanneman is yourself. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about names like the Lord thy God and all this shit, Allah, Yahweh, Jehovah, Mr., you know what I'm saying, that one and only whatever, you're talking to an empty entity you're talking to a lesser God, demiurge, who just takes collective nigga energy with a collective mind, a herd mind. So when all niggas are going one way. So if I create, listen closely, a personal relationship with him, then I'm communicating with the energy directly. So if you talk to Hanneman, look, motherfucker, we need to make this shit happen. And I may talk to Hanneman, hey, Hanneman, man, that means my interaction and energy exchange with him becomes different than yours. Therefore, it becomes mine personally versus this collective way to talk to Oshun. These dances and bimbes, I talk to her every Tuesday. So you got 4,000 motherfuckers talking to her every Tuesday. You become one collective voice for her to feed off of. So if I was to deal with Oshun, I fucked Oshun. The pussy is good, nigga. Very good. I had a twosome with her and Yemaya back in 2006. So I have a personal relationship with Christ. And that means when I deal with that energy, I get a different thing out than the collective. The collective gets a vampire response. What's the response? Yemin Ya says she's going to do it, but I have to go to the beach, and I have to get 100 shells, and I have to go at midnight, and I have to throw this in the water, and then I have to urinate, then I have to go home and masturbate, I have to wear all blue for a week, put out potato chips, and then it's going to come through. Nigga, all of that work, nigga, you supposed to be a god just like her. So while you doing that for her, I'm getting pussy. While you kissing Oshun's ass, I'm getting my dick sucked by her. You ever had your dick sucked cosmically? Oh, it's a stone cold blast, nigga. Rudy Ray Moore as Dolomite. Dolomite's my name, motherfucker. And fucking up niggas is my game. Please watch that. Please watch that. You rat soup eating motherfucker. In Ireland, the Assembly of Tara. Tara is a goddess that, or a energy. Because y'all niggas can't really. It's an energy that I got with in 2009 or 10. And she came through with a lot of revelations. The green Tara is a particularly powerful energy. The green Tara, a particularly powerful energy. And, ooh, my tape is over. And what else? She revealed a lot. One of her baths to balance out the DNA, the current two-strand DNA you have, you take a bath with sugar and salt. So now here's where your intellect comes in, and this is a test for you. How much panic do we need? Do as much as you feel. At least a cup, I would say. But if you want more, go more. What could it harm you? You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to get out the intellect and be like, he may have even said this amount. I'm doing this amount. Because that's what something's telling me. That's what I feel. That's what I'm inspired to do. So that's why I say you got to go by your inspired or in spirit. In spirit, inspired. So you got to go with your inner spirit on all of these things. But sugar, salt, whatever, Himalaya sea salt, kosher, Domino's. But of course, it's easy to get a better quality salt. Himalaya now they sell Walmart. Get some of that raw sugar as best you can, and washing that. You will relieve yourself of so much human parasite, so much spiritual parasite, I should say. So much spiritual parasites will leave you just off of that balancing with the green Tara. It made me cry because I didn't know it was her telling me the bath. When I got out the tub, there was a movie on called Scrooged. Now, I don't give a fuck about Christmas or the entire cast. If they all died during the filming of that, it would not even make the movie more interesting to me. Bill Murray was the star. And later I found out that Bill Murray is passionate about Christmas. So in the movie, he gives a monologue and starts crying. Just love your friends and your brothers and just be nice to each other, one of those. And he's crying, real tears. Then I'm why, Bill? And in my mind, I'm saying, what in the fuck is happening? So I had to go to the Bronx. I was still in New York then. Had to go to the Bronx. And I'm reading this book and almost tears is coming out on the train. This is not good for a thug. And I'm reading about tarot at the time in a book called The Oracle of the Illuminati by William Henry. You need to read this white man's book. He totally hacks our shit. But he's one of those, all his writings are right to the point. So for the nigga who's starting out trying to get a landscape of certain ancient consciousness and perspective, ritual and tradition, and why traditions, certain traditions are based upon our ancient culture. Like for instance, he drops, if you look at the Mayan bricks, there's like this half a circle in it. But when you look at it, he compared it to the Masonic G and saying, you know, God, infinite power, blah, blah, blah. So he makes certain things plain and shit where they came from. William Henry and Oracle of the Illuminati, he talks about the importance of the divine feminine. And he's really talking about the divine feminine that sleeps within inside all of us. Understand women. Don't think you're one up on it because of your vagina. Most women were trained to hate other women. All you got to do is look at Love and Hip Hop. And though you will not be in the street doing all of this, you still have been trained with an innate hate for yourself. Most women, like in the feminist movement, will tell you the ideal woman they're actually doing what men do. And the feminist movement is constantly trying to prove they can out men or be equal to a man. They're not trying to prove woman shit. They're not really trying to prove feminine shit. So the feminine has been absolutely oppressed, suppressed, and not just me because I have a penis, in you too. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how many times you're going, I get along with guys better than I do with women. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. And really, let's be real, the lesbian movement is just another way of just trying to have man power. You know what I'm saying? Try to empower yourself without men because something about men ain't getting it. It's not about unity, which ultimately this is. Because if this patriarchal thing has been overstimulated in all of us, we need to find balance in this feminine or this matriarchal thing as the divine union. The divine union must happen. This androgynous mindset must start to take place for spirituality or true transformation to happen. And that's not happening. So we need to raise that back up. Books like this is a good one to start raising up because most of these are feminine energies that have been suppressed in you, feminine energies that bring you inspiration. Because you are inspired through your feminine self. You are logically calculating, reasoning, intellectual through the left side or the masculine side. So the only true way to be inspired is through the divine feminine, which is in you. So it rests in all of us, and until we bring that up, we're not getting anywhere. You won't. That's why they always want you to rationale shit. They always want you to think about shit instead of just saying, you know something, I can feel it here and we need to go on that. They tell you how it's a negative to be an emotional being. If you are in control of your emotions, then it's most splendid to be a fucking emotional being because my emotions will tell me what I need to do next. We do it all the time. I'm not feeling that. Nah, something telling me. And that's not logical. That's not even thinking. Just something telling you, today ain't the day for that. I don't feel like it. So we use our emotions to guide us all the time. While outwardly, we're just hating on emotion. Oh, she's a woman. She's an emotional creature. You got to forgive her. And she may be feeling something. Oh, are you on your period? That's okay. Just take a breath. I know how, you know what I mean? You are now made to believe every black woman you meet is a fucking time bomb ready to explode. Ready to explode. You now feel that. That's a training. That's a training. And you need to get out of that particular mind control. You heard me? So Tara, that book talks about the divine feminine in you and how that is the true oracle of the illuminated. Then they give you in mythology examples, Mary Magdalene, you get what I'm saying, as Jesus's true illuminator. That's why you get her washing his feet, which comes from another mythology of Shiva, the sleeping god, right? And I think it's the Mahabodhiyas who are washing his feet for illumination. They're talking about just at the root, waking this Christ figure up. The Christos consciousness happens because the divine feminine is activated. Shiva sits on the mountain by the pineal. He's pretty much a slack ass. He's very conscious now. He's like, I don't need no parts of nothing, nigga. I just need to smoke, get this meditate on, and wait to get the fuck up out of here. And then Shakti, oh, no. That's Pravati who does that for him. That's a different aspect of the divine feminine in a different phase of Shiva. But where I'm gonna go to is the sleeping Shiva, the Shiva that gets animated when he meets Shakti, which is the Kundalini story, which is the story of marriage. So in marriage ceremony, you have a man standing at the altar alone, and then the woman starting at the bottom of the church, walking through this aisle, representing the spine, to meet and activate Shiva, the pineal gland. So Kundalini is the new name for Shakti. So when Kundalini had to be depicted as a goddess, she's the goddess Kundalini. But when they were talking about the raw energy before it was human, it's called Shakti. And every man has a Shakti activation energy. Every man's goddess is his Shakti activation. Every man is the sleeping pineal. And so activated by the Shakti, which is the divine union, the joining, the marriage. So in the marriage ceremony, the man stands by the altar. And the woman, dun, 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 here comes your hoe, here comes your hoe, here comes your hoe, and she's gonna fuck you tonight. Let the church say, namaste. And that's the divine union, simple as that. So Tara, and that's a particular good book, The Green Tara, is a hell of a thing to study because it will actually, or it did it for me. Well, see what it does for you, let's just say. Because you may find another goddess that becomes a Shakti revolution for you, or a Shakti evolution for you, and may put you on to another level of the game. Like I said, the first realization is I actually was watching Bobby Hemmitt's tape, The Metaphysics of Love, and he was dropping some science, but I couldn't watch the whole thing, had to get up the next day, so I said, fuck it. But before I went to sleep, I said, I just want to know what the goddess wants to show me, no matter where it leads me, no matter where it takes me, I just want to know. This night, I guess I was in a pure sense. You have to be pure of heart, and that message was heard to those goddesses because I put the energy out, and what you put out, you must receive. You cannot not receive it. How do we know? Well, don't we have the sixth law called cause and effect? Every cause, there's an effect For every effect, there's a cause. Coincidence, accidents, luck, happenstance, chance. Is this law unrecognized? So those things, accidents, chance, luck, we just don't recognize that there is a cause for that effect. So the master hermeticist, the young upstart, the occultist understands for every cause, there's an effect. For every effect, there's a cause. So if I say, I want to know with all my heart, I then laid out a cause that gave me an effect. Oh, them goddesses came through. I could tell you an hour worth of stories just on what happened starting the next day. And it made me understand very early on about the importance of energy transfer. Understand what energy transfer. A chick bends over and twerks, your dick gets hard. She transferred energy. You understand? So you upset, somebody cross you off on the road, oh, motherfucker, son of a bitch, and all those thoughts are killing them. You just let out energy or cause. Who receives it? Nigga, these sinister archons and Yahweh Roth does. Feeding off of you. But they don't just feed, they cause traffic jams. They cause scenarios through instigation for you to react the way you do. And then it's like, yes, thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you. That's the true economy. Think about, y'all don't think about shit logically. They tell you some Anunnaki came down here to get gold. So after you get all the gold, or the Illuminati family, they acquiring all of these riches. After there's only but so rich you can get. Where are they gonna go with it? What are they gonna do? Keep doing it for their families? To what end? There's no real end to that. There's no real, it's just, see, someone can tell you that bullshit because that's what you want. You can always think of what to do with another $1,000, another $2,000. Imagine if you had 50,000, then 500,000. What could you do with that? Oh, the house you would get. And then if I had $1 million, maybe I'd get a big ass house and move all my dumb ass family in. Imagine if I had $10 million, maybe I'd get a house and do this, or a big building. And then look at all the businesses I would get. You always thinking like that. So when someone tells you there's a family that has unnameable amounts of money, you think, okay, that's normal, or that's going somewhere. That ain't nothing. That's to occupy you. Because that's what you think is fucking phenomenal, because you're fucking poor. But to rich people, and you've met white rich people, and then we used to always say that, how come you got holes in your sneakers, holes in your pants? Because when they grew up with money, wearing shit like this, fly ass shit like this, don't mean nothing to them. Because they could have bought it any time. They could have wore it any time. We who didn't have it aspired for that. So when we hear these stories, this Anunnaki is amassing gold. Let's even look at that. This Anunnaki who came here because they were running out of gold on their planet because they breathed gold. So they said, we found a planet that has a lot of gold. Let's go get that shit. So if they breathe gold, and you got human alchemists here turning lead to gold through a physical alchemy, and these niggas accomplished intergalactic traveling, they can't figure no other shit out on their planet. They can't find a planet with no fucking body on it with all this intergalactic advancement. So they come here and deal with this bullshit? Because they are dealing with it. Because if they weren't dealing with it, they could say, we found a planet that has gold. Let's kill everybody and take it. We're advanced. We don't need humans to mind control them, to make them our slaves. Let's make robots. We're badass. We're intergalactic. But no, they intergalactically came here, taking gold. What are they breathing now while they're stealing our gold? So they're on a planet that needs to breathe gold. How are they breathing now? This planet doesn't have gold to breathe on. How are they living here now? All these years oppressing us as the Anunnaki, trying to get our gold and have us mine gold. Mind you, when's the last time you mined gold for any fucking body? Nobody's even thinking about this shit regularly. It don't make no sense. When the fuck did you mine gold or heard about anybody mining gold lately? Not to mention these Anunnaki been living here not breathing gold. So they couldn't live on their planet not breathing gold? The reality is Zecharia Sitchin, the one source that said this. Do you know this Anunnaki shit came from one source? Zecharia Sitchin, who claimed to be able to break down Sumerian texts. And Bobby Hemmett said that the Jews paid him to tell that story. Or somebody was coming. So, yeah, I'm in. I'm doing a tape. I'm putting on the tape. I don't want the ladies to see it. Hey, you up, little sweet thing? Hey, grandpa's baby.
What's he eating?
I'm coming in a second. Too. I understand that. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, so you got a little time. All right, so where was I? This fucking Anunnaki story is fucking suspect. It doesn't logically add up. See, we think riches are what we think riches are because we have none. But what if true riches are? As they said in Jupiter Ascending, he said, once we amassed all this money and gold and intergalactic travel, we realized the only thing was time, even if that's really true. I think they use that even to kind of explain it to niggas. Because you're talking about entities that live outside the circle of time. So it's not time, it's just about feeding. Or maybe they have a problem with time and feeding continues. Who knows? We don't know that. What we do know is they dropped in that shit, just like they dropped in the Matrix. Whatever it is, I don't think these dudes know shit. I think real information is coming through that medium, those two weirdos, who were guys who both of them now are girls. Whatever that means. And the Wachowski brothers are now just called the Wachowskis. Now, something's being funneled to them. And they really told me that truly the game in the universe is about harvesting these planets. And Earth is a particularly juicy one. A particularly juicy one, they were saying. Expensive one. Worth 10 planets to harvest. You understand? You're being harvested for your energy by being led around by your human anxieties. Like to hear it? Here we go. So, deal with some more of these goddesses on the 31st that's on your side. Isis Osiris. The goddesses are Hecate, Inanna, Ershkigal, Erishkegal, Tara, Isis, Serduin, Hel, Hold, Holde. let's just take a random one. When we go to this book, which is a must-have. Encyclopedia of Spirits by Judika Ilks. A must-have, right? The ultimate guide to the magic of fairies, genies, demons, ghosts, and goblins. Let's look at this whole goddess. I believe I'm a holy. H-I-J-K-L-M-N-O-P-H. H-I-J, so H, dang, Isis. Okay, H-O. Okay, let's see if it's in here. If not, we'll just try somebody else. H-O-L-D-E. Damn, it's not in here. It's probably in the, I got another book, Ancient Dictionary of Deities. She might be in there. But let's look it up. I'm interested in this goddess. So let's go ahead and look her up. First thing we want us to do is let you know Brother Panic and Khadija Samdi. Brother Panic and Khadija Samdi will be at Hyatt House in Charlotte, North Carolina. That's 435 East Trade Street, 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. on November 9th. So that's next weekend. Live, you need to be there live. If you haven't seen a live lecture, you're missing out on something. Spirit be in the room. And we're going to deal with the Day of the Dead, synchronization and manifestation. Yesterday was the Day of the Dead, the November 1st. So we're going to deal with that energy. We're going to deal with synchronization and manifestation. Just 35 at the door. 35 if you can't make it for the webinar. So those who can't show up live, you want to catch it live on the webinar. 35 for the webinar, contact VC, VISEWESI@gmail.com. That's my slave. And my slave will help you. Occulturallyspeaking.com, OCCULTURALLYSPEAKING.com. I don't know why the fuck she's doing that. What you want to do, like I said, is get there live, 435 East Trade Street, Charlotte, North Carolina. 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. Both me and Khadija will be speaking. November 9th. Come on now. The Day of the Dead, synchronization, manifestation, niggas. All right, let's see what this goddess do. Do, boom, boom. Boy, that thing is all, there we go. We can move it out the way. Move this thing out the way. Let's do this, goddess. I believe. It's H-O-L-D-E, I believe. Let's see. Who is, okay, it's H-O-L-D-A. Did they have an A or an E? Let's see. Where's my goddess book of days at? How you just lose a whole book? Right? Here, what we doing? Oh, there we go. All right. I believe. Make sure. Whoa, buddy. All right. Right, they have it with an E, but no, it's her. A. Let's see. She's a dramatic goddess with many interesting characteristics: mating, mother, hag, spinner, Stormbringer, ruler of the wild hunt, protector, thief of children's souls. Ooh. Oh, see, that means she's the protector of the soul. They'll just say thief because she's stealing it back from this fucking matrix. So, okay, she has many maiden mother hats. So she's a triple goddess. Maiden mother hag, spinner, she's a creator. Stormbringer, she's like Oya, or like a warrior goddess, ruler of the wild, that's a warrior goddess. Diana, protector and thief of children's souls. That means she's the keeper of the baby. So you would call on her to protect the baby, your child. But truth be told, y'all niggas need it because most of your souls are children too. So it's not just the physical babies, y'all niggas. She's dressed in snow white with white or silver hair, regardless of whether she appears as a young, beautiful, or as an old hag. In the latter form, she's said to have crooked teeth, big nose, 1 foot flatter than the other, working the spinning wheel. Right, that's the Wicked Witch. She's wears keys at her belt, the sign of the lady of the house, blah, blah, blah. All right, so you pretty much got it. Or I pretty much got it. So this is really describing energy. Don't trip that they're now looking white. Because once white people got the hold of the energy, I want to first, let me see if there's any goddesses. See, in these books, that's why I like these books, because they'll give you correspondences. All right, so she's a Nordic goddess because she has an affair with Odin. Odin is Germanic goddess, which they said it was, is Norse. That's our shit, hands down. You know what I'm saying? That is not them. So don't get caught up. Well, she's white and a white person and all of that shit. No, you have enemies who raised up so-called white mythology just for the purpose of you not being interested in it. You throw the energy away because you see white people attack. You think white people were made for to decoy you. So when you hear about the energy, you hear and you see white people, you start saying decoy. That whole Nordic shit is our shit. Just all the faces are white. That whole Germanic shit is our shit. Odin, Loki, Thor, Shango, Loki, Elegba, Odin, Osiris, and Haru, patch on the eye. Freya, Frida, Odin's wife, Aset. That's all they are. You don't get to say, nigga, we the first and we made it all. And then when you see another mythology, go, that's theirs. No, sir. There is no theirs. You deal with it with energy, not with white folks. This ain't about humanity. This is about energy. So she should be used. I wish she was in this book because they would break it down how I like it to be broken down. You know what I'm saying? And there might be another name for her. I should have just looked for that, but I'm going to be here all day. Mother Holly, Sedna. Let's see if Sedna's in here. I want somebody to be in here. Sedna, T-R-S-T, S-E, Sophia, Simbi, Shoko. Like, there's so many motherfuckers. In this book that you've never heard of their names that you could fuck with. You know what I'm saying? And I urge shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like Sarkin Fulani. Ooh, who the fuck is Sarkin Fulani? Sarkin Arna. There's a whole team of Sarkin motherfuckers. Let's see who they are. Sarah Lakati, Sarah Kali, the Black Queen. Who's the Sarkin? Sarkin Alan Badarin. Bori spirits. Let's see. Fuck, shit, there's just so much. I want to see what these Bori motherfuckers are. Bori spirits. Let's see if they have a page in here. ABCBO Brigade EFGHIJKLMNO. Let's go. Let's get it. Let me put this. I got so many things to go back to. The Black Madonna. B-O-R. See if they're in here. Bori, also known as Aljan Ishoki. Origin, Hausa, H-A-U-S-A. So whoever the fucking Hausa people are, they have a whole system that you don't even know about. It's so busy trying to get with Ogun in them all the time. Magazawa is the indigenous pre-Islamic religion of the horse people, Haus people, H-A-U-S-A, Hausa people of Nigeria and Niger. Look, spirits even older in Nigeria than this Ifa shit. Here we go. Magusa spirits are also called the Bori. Even in urban religions, where little formal Magawanza survives, the Bori remain venerated. The name Bori is now also indicates modern urban spiritual traditions incorporating Bori spirits, if only because the term Magawanza is considered disreputable. Traditional Magawanza shamanic healers are known as Boka, reminiscent of independent Haitian magical practitioner known as Boko. Wow, they're showing you even now this shit comes from something older, more ancient. Older and more ancient. Let's keep going with this shit. Bori are officially condemned by devout Muslims. Periodic attempts are made to outlaw it, but the spiritual tradition persists. So what you hear now, when you hear religion, which is the tool of your ruler, religion, religion is a tool of your ruler. When these Arab Muslim motherfuckers went around the planet, they were trying to destroy the tools or the mechanism of your so-called worship or your so-called invocation to spirits that were actually enlightening you, feeding you and making you understand that we had to die well and get out, that this body was nothing, so we cut it and did all sorts of shit to it because we understood this wasn't the real you. But when this body becomes a temple, because God says so, it's your temple. It's all you got. All that shit comes out of religion. So let's listen again. The Bori is officially condemned by devout Muslims. That's your indication to let you know this is your shit. That's the spiritual message. See, if you're not on the frequency, you just think old world, new world. But see, if you're on the frequency, you know that's telling you something went to war with these Bori spirits, these Bori energies that you gave a name to called Bori. But these energies that you worked up at one point on the planet have been shut down by the religious motherfuckers that's watching you and trying to shut this down under the name of religion. And in this case, under the name of Islam. Islam. Periodic attempts are made to outlaw it, but the spiritual tradition persists, if only because people tend to resist abandoning spirits who demonstrate healing power. So there were spirits with healing power that gave way to you praying to the fucking east, hoping you did the right thing so you get a blessing from Allah, which means fucking arm, leg, arm, head. Still telling you your fucking body. You praying to the body, which is the fucking apparatus. You heard what I said, nigga, son. Women hold prominent positions in the Bori spiritual tradition. Other names for the Bori spirits include Iska, plural, Ish-Oki, which means wind, and Aljan, derived from the Arabic word the jinn. Nigga, in my book, I tell you who the jinn are. The jinn is your fucking pineal gland. The genie, the jinn, the lamp. The demonic spirits in Islam, which is another way of saying the true motherfucking energy. The true energy, let me put this up here so you won't have that bell. The true energy that represents you, that ancient light that has been deemed demonic, that ancient genius that has been deemed demonic. Another name for the pantheon of idea or the 72 Goetia on the pineal gland is also represented by the jinn, the old ancient genie trapped in the body. So other names for the Bori spirits includes Aljan, which derived from the Arabic word Djinn. See what I'm saying? There's many names for what you are besides Oshun and Ogun. And you need to realize that to really come into powers with two simple books, I'm telling you. When you study and read these side gods, you see what sleeping power by the names. These names aren't people. They're names and definitions of energies. If you understand it, they're telling you about you. The Bori are frequently identified as the jinn, spirits who are acknowledged in the Quran and thus more palatable from an Islamic perspective. However, Bori spirits precede the jinn. Bori spirits precede the jinn. So all they're really talking about is an older version, an older understanding of that mind that later became what we call the jinn, and what now we just don't call nothing but the devil. You understand? It was a little bit more complex back when it's called the jinn, and more complex when they were called the Bori. Bori more closely resemble Zar spirits, but are described as less capricious. Individual Bori spirits can develop extremely close, positive relationships with people, although they can be demanding. Meaning, when you raise up this spirit, the demand is you can no longer pretend to be human. It don't work both ways. You can't have it both ways. So when you start dealing with this, opening up the pineal, letting that genie out to grant wishes, dealing with that djinn, dealing with that Bori. What happens is, the demand is you can't go back to the dumb shit. There's no turning back. You can't fuck around with this shit on the weekends and all week be acting the same. Can't be interested in the same. I know you know have to pretend that, you have to go to work and pretend to be in it, but it should be a performance because what's in your heart has changed. If your heart hasn't changed, then that's where the demand will be. They're only demanding stuff that you're not willing to give. And there's nothing in humanity that I'm trying to hold on to. Therefore, I feel no demand. Expecting constant attention and offerings, and that really means constant attention, meaning you have to change your mindset that every day and everything you do is about your consciousness. It's no longer on Tuesdays I'm conscious, and on Wednesdays I just go to church. Why? Because my mom will get mad if I don't. You would not be able to walk into a church under any circumstances anymore. Under dire circumstances, you got to go see this nigga get buried. And when you're in there, you're disgusted the whole time. That's the demand. That's the constant attention they talk about. We confuse that with the same thing we do with Oshun and them now. Constantly giving them water, constantly on your knees. What is it? Gentrifying, gentriflecting for them motherfuckers. Bowing, constantly setting up all these elaborate fucking altars. You know what I'm saying? So you think that's the demand that they want, and truly for you, it is the demand they want because you're in a vampiric relationship with them and you're the food. But when you become conscious, what these words mean is every moment must be a conscious decision. Every moment you must live and interpret things through your divine mind, no longer through your human spectacle. Your human use is a side effect just to get to the next step. So I use my humanity in shit like Walmart or to talk to monkeys, just to get them to move or to get what I need to do my true work. And sometimes that's eating a delicious hero for me. So like Iwa or Orishas, I knew they was going to connect it together in some sort of way because it was from Nigeria. Like Iwa or Orishas and Zar spirits, the Bori prefer specific colors, numbers, offerings, fragrances, rhythms, songs, and dances. What that tells us is those priests of the time took those spirits and gave it more formation and more personality for human interaction to access it. That's why the dances, that's why the colors, that's why the rhythm in the songs, that's why the numbers, the offerings, and the fragrances. That's what that's for. Not because these are people who demand this fragrance, because you connected a fragrance energy to that particular spirit, and to work with it, these are the tools that you use. So these things are tools now become a part of this demanding system that you must find, get, and feed this thing that you're giving on your energy to, your mind to, your prayers to, your hopes, dreams, and I hope you got me to, as opposed to understanding like the electricity in the wall at your house, you plug into it. How do you plug into it? Offerings, fragrances, numbers, colors, dances, rhythmic songs, sex, and ultimately your visualization and your straight conversation. You talk either in your head or out loud as if it's standing there. Listen here, man, this is what I think we need to do. What do you think? Well, boom. We can do this. We should do that. I need you to come through for that. What do you need? Whatever you're inspired to. What do you say, goddamn, I'm craving pizza. That's Hanneman telling me he wants pizza. And even if you don't believe it is, make yourself believe it. Because the way the mind works, as they told you in the Matrix, your mind makes it real. You listen to that for a flat statement. Why is my nose bleeding if this shit isn't real? Why am I hurting if this shit isn't real? Why am I upset if this shit isn't real? Why am I stimulated if this shit isn't real? Why do I feel these moods if these shits isn't real? As Morpheus said, your mind makes it real. And that's where you now understand the true meaning of fake it until you make it. So they're saying, even if you act fake, your fake will make. Fake it until you make it real. You understand what I'm saying? That's not a self-help statement. That's a deep occult statement, trying to explain to you your mind makes anything real. Your mind made the white man real. You yourself say he just crawled out the cave. So did he crawl out the cave with Germanic mythology? Did he crawl out the cave with Greek mythology? Roman mythology? Did he crawl out the cave and just start sailing around the world after he picked up a ditty or two from the Moors? And then took over the world that you yourself say, I've been running for millions of years, or at least thousands of years. You yourself who say, I built the pyramids. All of a sudden, caveman just crawls out the cave and said, I think I'll just take over all of these niggers. It don't add up. It don't make sense. The Bori engage ritual possession, and you can look at true possession as not the nigga walking around and just dancing or whatever. It's really, true possession was a reflection of the energy. All of these are energies, and these energies have characteristics. So technically, I'm possessed by Baphomet. And I'm not going to be sitting around going, Baphomet. It has nothing to do with that. It's a perspective that I can see the world from an energetic understanding of what that symbol is. That symbol is a reflection of the enlightened 5-point being. All 5 points of my senses are awake. 5 times 72, which I told you the 72 demonic and angelic forces here. 72 plus 72 is 144. 144 saved is the enlightened light and dark, balance, masculine and feminine polarity in the pioneer, broken down by 72. The 72 is times 5 equals 360, the complete man. Baphomet represents the complete man, you foolish ass niggas. Sitting around talking about the history of it. You little kid. Grow the fuck up. I don't give a fuck how many likes you get. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't understand the occult science of it. You may understand the occult history of it. But the occult science of it is what I'm telling you right now. That shit is you, nigga. You are the fucking sabbatic goat as a symbol of the 72 5 points enlightened man. The ruler of the demons is the Solomon. It's your soul of man. Solomon's ring, which is the circular representative controlling the demons, is the pineal gland, nigga. What are you, an Asian? Talk to me, nigga, for real. Sitting around with this old silly shit. So the true possession is the man who changes perspective from these gods. Nigga, I am the Lord Shiva. Pan, nigga. And I am possessed by Pan because I move like Pan. My name is motherfucking Panic, nigga. And I had that name. I didn't just pick that out of a hat. Dug deep before I knew what that shit meant. Niggas in my hood call me Panic. And been calling me Panic. Because that's what I am. Possessed by it. Came down here born of it. Not sitting around going, I am Pan. That's stupidity for stupid niggas, for young niggas, for lost niggas. True possession is to make your mind of that energy. If you wanted to ride a skateboard and you took skateboard lessons and became the greatest skateboarder and you became this white boy like Rob Darradat, broke records. Every little kid wants to be you as a skateboarder. You are possessed by skateboarding. It's your life. Not running around here with this Holy Ghost, which can happen. throwing your own self into a frenzy, letting these fucking energies take over your ass and feed off of you. You're sitting down, laid out, throwing up, running around, shitting on yourself. Titties just running out. Oh God, my titties. All in the name of some other shit eating off of your fucking ridiculousness, your monkeyism. Fucking nigga, I'm giving you an antidote. Learn. Stop trying to be deep. Learn some shit from this. There's more to study. The 72 points, 360 degrees man, the full completed nigga. It's a whole picture of Da Vinci. That's the illuminated man. That psychomancy book I showed you how to turn your senses into super senses, all 5 of them. And that's how they become sensitive in spiritual senses instead of just feeling, smelling, eating, and seeing this world. Be able to open up the first sense you want to open up is this one. I know you see that shine up there, nigga. Look at it, look at the angle. That's illumination, boy. You can have it too. That's the shit that kills me. I'm not better than you. I'm not saying no shit that you can't say. Did no shit that you can't do. That's the killer part. That's the shit I walk around going, my, what a monkey-esque nigga this one is. It's so easy to do this shit. It's in you. You know it. You got to stop thinking you know something deep. Walking around here interested in what these internet sensations say. Don't know shit, never give you any books for you to read and figure it out yourself. Just got to take their word for it on some shit. Now I got hours and hours of bookless lectures. Hours of lectures where I do nothing but give out books. Because I want you to see for yourself, not see through my eyes at all. See for yourself. It's there. It's right in front of your face. You just got to stop thinking you that fucking special and that fucking deep. Because a whole bunch of niggas who don't feel special and deep tell you you are. These niggas will tell you any fucking thing. You think I believe, oh, Panic, you're the greatest. You think I walk home and go, I guess I am the greatest. I guess I am special. No, I don't believe that shit. I say the wrong thing. That nigga Panic's a sucker. You know what I mean? I ain't falling for that shit. I'm not weak like that. It's a weakness. I think your whole self-esteem is in how many niggas follow you. It's a weakness, nigga. Your self-esteem should be internalized with the progress you made only to be defined by you. Look at yourself now. Do you really feel you're evolving? That's the shit you need to ask. And then even ask yourself, you really think this nigga, including myself, can evolve you? I can only give clues. Anyone can only give clues. If they say they're here to save you, fuck them. Don't walk, run away. All these niggas in their ego talking about I came to save the black race and all that shit. Wipe your ass with that. Wipe your ass with that. That's the first thing you do. Any nigga talking to you, you want them to be giving you something they may have discovered. I discovered this, this works for me. Here, let me pass this on to you. That's the best it gets. We can ask questions about that process, but in the end, you're gonna be sitting by yourself, and the only true evolution you're gonna make is internal, and it's by you. That's facts. Don't let these niggas fool you. Wari ritual leaders are also herbal specialists. Each Wari is associated with a specific botanical. These Waris are the thing to fuck with. Bori tend to demonstrate anger and displeasure by gradually sucking away someone's life force. Exactly. That human life force is what they're talking about. That human will to survive. You fuck with the Bori, you getting it done. They're not talking, sucking out your soul. There's no such thing as that. If it was your soul could be sucked, there would be no need for this. Your soul could be tapped into if you're fooled into giving it up. That's the key. You have been fooled into giving it up. You have been distracted by white men. Your battle is cosmic, fool ass nigga. You've been distracted by white folks. What they doing, Donald Trump, and will he be impeached? He deserves to be impeached. Give a fuck. Whatever they put in will still oppress you. Obama, oppression. Nigga, he one of them. Don't make it in this motherfucker not being one of them. And Trump ain't stupid. He's playing a role. He's playing the bad guy. See, when they make it so bad, anything you get now, after Trump, you will eat that shit up. Right now, if they gave you Ronald Reagan, you would be like, woo, thank you for that. And in our lifetime, he's been the greatest oppressive president, or the symbol of it, at least. The symbol of what they did in terms of shutting down the average Negro. The poor man is the ones with the souls. Truthfully, don't waste your time on race. Start looking at class or the caste systems, which are over. Middle class, low class, and high class or upper class is a caste system. That's way bigger than Chinese, Mexican, Japanese, dirty knees. Look at these white people. White people is nothing but a decoy. They are the most controllable, therefore they can become anything. Any white person you know, if the cops came, they'd tell on you. Him right there. The ones who you may have more of a chance of the ones who act like niggas because they know nigga philosophies with snitches and stitches, so they may hold true to that. You put the right amount of light on them, done. They snitching. And any regular white person, your college buddy, good old Joe, cops come, they say, he did it, right in front of you. Because they are the most emptiest. Their energy is not valuable. Yours is. That so-called poor ghetto nigga that just... I seen this nigga eating straight pepperoni out of her fucking hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, no pizza, no nothing. Just open up a bag of pepperoni. Pepperoni. I said, yo, what in the fuck is any of this mean, man? You question everything when you see some shit like that for the day. My whole day was done. This bitch was killing a whole handful of pepperoni. How many, like, her energy is very valuable, though, to that which rules you. She is, that level of ignorance is the most valuable thing in the true cosmic economy. She wouldn't know how to stop anything that decides to what's the word I used? Instigate on her. She wouldn't even know how to calm herself. Because calming yourself, pausing, taking that deep breath, is fighting that instigation of the world around you. So you could tell She's led by her emotions. She's led by whatever a bill collector says or does. She's led by whatever they tell her on the phone. Miss, you need to do that. Why I need to do that and why? And I was trying and I was do. There's no, actually, I really don't need to do that. Please don't call me again. She's gone. No resistance. And people like that, it was up to us to kind of keep them straight. So that's why we created dances, songs, fragrances, offerings, numbers, colors, so we could give people something in a way to access the energy that will protect them from being used, because they don't have it up here enough. They just want to eat their little pepperoni. You get it? Y'all seen these niggas. Y'all try not, as a human, to look at these niggas and just hate them. Like, there's certain niggas, let's be real with this. You look at niggas, you see them on the bus or the train or something, you like, God damn, imagine what they go home to. Like, they just, come on, Sheikah, hurry up, get on the train, we're gonna miss it. You so stupid. And you like sitting there like, not even in front of white people, you're just embarrassed between the two of y'all niggas. Then you get on the train, she's so crazy, she all slow, you know, and y'all so it. Then they on the train, then they pull out a fucking bologna sandwich. That's what I'm saying. I'm glad we caught this train. We had to hurry up. No, it's hungry. And you're sitting there conscious, especially back in the days, like trying to say, I don't hate these niggas, but I wish they were dead. You saying that, but you fighting it with your so-called conscious thought. We all black, and the white man did it to us, and they're just ignorant, they're former slaves. Okay. Either way, we used to have systems that took care of them well. To now, without us taking care of them, light workers, these motherfuckers are just victim to religion and to pepperoni. Dumb shit. They're being led around, so the economy is good for that which rules you now, because there's so little consciousness on the planet. When consciousness rises on the planet, you're gonna see something else to try to stifle it and change the shit. So there was a big shift in consciousness during the age of Aquarius. During the age of Aquarius, that's when you started hearing of Dr. Ben. That's when all of this stuff was starting to come in. The lecture circuit, people started talking this consciousness. So your enemy, we need to come up with our own information thing. Let's call it the information highway. Then the internet emerges to take information and get you to do dumb shit on Facebook and Instagram. So while at your fingertips, you could find out any question in existence. You just want to get likes. You just want to start your own YouTube page. You want to watch porn. He said porn is still the number one search subject on the internet. They said the next day after the Super Bowl, when Janet Jackson's titty came out, niggas almost broke the internet. Listen to the words, broke the internet looking for her titty. But would you break the internet looking for a Gnostic understanding of the true reason you're down here? I think not. Would you break the internet emailing me, asking me to tell you some shit like I'm your pastor? I think so. I'm not gonna read all this gory shit, but ceremonies are held to heal the afflictions. Healing rituals are simultaneously initiation. The newly healed individual is expected to become a trance medium, a vehicle for the particular Bori, an active participant in future rituals. Meaning once you set this thing off in you, you're now qualified to do the work. I'm qualified to do the work, let's just say, because I'm a part of the process. Now, anything you become, they're really talking about initiation here. You understand? Iron repels the boring. Even the word iron, whether spoken or written, may be sufficient to send them packing. Interesting. They're telling you the frequency of thought that's anti them. Oh, that's interesting. The Bori spirits live in an invisible city named Jangare, or Jangare, Jangare, where they live in 12 houses, or Zuren. Oh, shit. 12 houses, what's that? Let's talk in zodiacal energies. This may be a way, okay, I know you've been proud of the zodiac. The zodiac energy is not really a friend. We dealt with the zodiacal energy to decode our scenario, not to celebrate it. So Pluto, let's even talk about how confusing that shit is. We had an astrologer friend who knew that shit back and forward, but I can put up one of his tapes and play it for you. You will literally not know what the fuck he's talking about. And we talk, he's a logical, regular nigga. You can talk regular and all that. He starts talking that shit, you will absolutely get lost. That shit is actually confusing. Well, this one's house is in the zodiac house of this and that. That's all rulership over your humanity. But once you transcend this, there has to be a transcending answer to the human answer. See, the zodiac, and ironically, I just finished making a copy of a tape to DVD, which I put up, of C. Freeman L., The Divine Triangle. When I looked for it, I didn't see it up. So I'm assuming it's not up now or used to be up or whatever. The Divine Triangle by C. Freeman L. And in it, he talks about how the zodiac once were all animals with a half of human or whatever. Because the idea was you were supposed to transcend the animal nature, which a certain aspect of the zodiac rule, and tap into a higher nature, which is the spiritual aspect of those same things. Everything has a spirit. So every even so-called corrupt thing has a higher spirit that you're supposed to tap into, which defeats the lower nature of that spirit. So of that archon, of that demiurge, there are higher angelic forces. And then there's lower angelic forces that rule here as instigation. All right? So he did break down in his book all the houses. I'm not going to read all of these. Let's see how long it goes. Actually, it doesn't feel that long. We'll go through it real quick. First house, house of chief spirits inhabited by the chief's family and bodyguards, metal workers and blind spirits. Iron house, remember, they hate iron. We're in the Iron Age. Iron Age is the age of human stupidity. There's iron, bronze, silver, gold. And they're also defined as yugas. Kali Yuga is the Iron Age. So iron is against these. These are the higher aspects of the zodiac thing. So when we figured out the zodiacs were there and enemies of us, we had to find the thing that was the higher spiritual frequency, what gave birth to that ignorance. We are in the abyss. We are in the throwaways of spirituality. And in the throwaways, this Yaldabaoth creates a life called humanity down here, animals and shit. So the higher spirit said, oh, fuck, now we got to go in the abyss, hell, to deal with this. Hades, Tartarus, to deal with this. We're going to send our divine sparks of light down there. And the divine sparks of light had to find within all this corrupt shit the higher aspect of these lower things, and then raise that back up to destroy the ignorance in the zodiac, if you will. 12 is the lockdown number. 3, 7, 12. Third dimension, 7 chakras, 12 zodiac. 3 plus 12 plus 7, 22. The 22 letters of the 22 paths and letters of Kabbalah. All of these shits is your prison number frequencies. Numbers are a fucking lockdown. That sacred geometry wasn't to celebrate, it was to decode your prison. These are the number frequencies that keep showing up. These are the patterns that keep showing up. That's how you're made over and over. It's not that deep, they just keep doing it over and over again. You understand that, you understand the numbers, you understand how to break the fuck out mentally, nigga. You start figuring out numbers that are anti. What's pi? It keeps showing up. What's this? What's that? What numbers are on your side? What frequency? When numbers change that you can use? And certain energies in this particular place happens, events. You can deal with days and number frequencies that work. Only if you want to go down, deal with new gematria and all the rest of that, you feel like you need to study it, and that's your way of understanding. Because there was priesthoods just dedicated to that. Priesthoods just dedicated to the chakra system and understanding how you're being manipulated emotionally and how to balance that. Priesthoods just dedicated to the pineal. So we're in a position now where we have to study a little bit of everything to kind of come up with an amalgamation of a masterpiece that becomes that one. But you need to understand the basics, nigga. I'm telling you that. Don't get confused and be bullshitting and playing around on this. I'm telling you some profound shit. The Bori represents those houses that's trying to tell you of a higher mansion within the mansion that you're stuck in. You think it's so weird that something feeds off of you? You feed off of cows. You don't fucking wonder in your heart how a cow feels. You gotta feel people, we're gonna save this cow and give it a better life. You know that shit's to no avail. What about the fucking 4,000 other cows? All right then. That reminds me of like the movie Amistad. You got a handful of slaves debating and arguing in court, should they be slaves, and eventually win. And we're supposed to go, God damn, that's a victory. A story I needed to see, Debbie Allen, the fucking Amistad. Meanwhile, a gazillion other niggas is still busting up the Schiffer Road. Listen. First house, house of the chief of spirits, inhabited by the chief's family, bodyguards, metal workers, and blind spirits. Meaning straight spirit, no blind spirits, or spirits that have pure cause, no other distractions, can't be bent. Probably some of the highest things, blind spirits. They have one path and one path only, and they're pretty much incorruptible. You know what I'm saying? Any energy could be changed, but it's probably not going to be changed by means that we can access here. That's my interpretation of it. Maybe you might find it to be something else. Second house, house of the chief's brother. Third house, house of Quranic scholars. Fourth house, house of lepers and snakes. Fifth house, house of Fulani spirits. Sixth house, house of younger brother and Fulani chief, incorporating the butchers and house of musicians. Seventh house, house of water spirits. Eighth house, house of hunters, including in spirits identifying the Husa and the Tyreg. Ninth house, house of chief of pagans. 10th house, house of chief of Gawari, also pagan spirits. 11th house, house of the North Africans. 12th house, house of magicians and sorcerers. So I'm sure they probably timed it with the zodiac, and each of these energies means something in a way of living. The way we understand the water bearer is he's the so we say water bearer, and it means age of information. So we now have a breakdown of what it means. But if we just read this and said the 11th house, the house of the water bearer, we wouldn't know what it meant neither. So when we hear the 11th house, the house of North Africans, 12th house, the house of magicians and sorcerers, it doesn't mean that straight out. The same way we see Pisces, and it's the fish, and it's means the fisher of men, which means Christ in the age of belief. That, how do you get that out of the fish? The age of belief. We showed the path there, and we know that coming out of the house of Pisces, we were all believers in something. And the dead are still believers, not moving on with information. Think how stupid it would be now. I don't know what good nigga sticker means. That. In an age where you have a phone in your fucking hand, you would seem like you're dead if you don't just say Google, Google, Google. That means you have moved to the next step. Any nigga who can't use a phone and use Google, he's gone, invisible, dead from an old age, and maybe content with dying with that old age. Google is the age of the new, or the substitute for the age of the new. It should be your pioneer, Google, but that ain't gonna happen. Akashic record is Google, but we have learned as we have learned. No need to keep beating you up with that. So it also tells you to see the Bar Day, Bar Hazah, Duna, Inna, Kir, Loa. So the Loas, Mami Waters, Orishas, Sarkin, Ajins, Sarkin, Rafi, Zar. So the names are these Aljans, these Sarkons, where I actually started off with. All right. So we go here all day. And I'm not. So, but that's the thorough understanding you can get in this type of book or books like this. Anything that says encyclopedia or dictionary on it is a must-have. And let's just go through our 31st, finish with it. Kali, Nephthys, Oya, Carlin. See, I would look up Carlin if I was somewhere else. Vanadis, I would look up her. Freya, Old Woman, Samia, Samia, the Fates, the Morrigan, the Norns, the Furies, and the Witches. The first. And these days, 31st and the first, the 31st is the fourth day in which Isis found a piece of Osiris in finding those 13 lucky pieces. The fifth day, November 1st, the Day of the Dead. Yeah, I think what's today? Day of the Dead. All Saints Day and the Day of the Dead. Which one is which? Either one, first or the second, All Saints Day, Day of the Dead, and Halloween. These 3 days are very magical. But like I said, if you that real nigga, it don't matter. That's why I'm doing this on the 2nd and not doing this in early October, so you have time. No. Do whatever you want, but understand this is what's said. The 5th day of Isia, I think is Isia, finding of Osiris. This is the first is, and it says All Saints Day. So the Day of the Dead is today. Get it. So it's the Day of the Banshee in Mexico, South Africa, El Dia Las Muertes. El Dia Las Muertes. The Day of the Dead in Scandinavia, that's that dramatic shit. The Rite of Hela. To raise the dead, the Sabbath, Samhain, runs 3 days. So tonight, I'm just gonna pour liquor, maybe light a dark candle, a black candle somewhere, and because I fuck with this all year. Pour some liquor. I'm calling a lot of these motherfuckers. I'm calling everybody from these pages. As I pour, I have a skull flash type thing. I'm gonna fill up and put it on these motherfuckers close to their days, where the energy can be received real splendiferously. The 6th day of Isia, I-S-I-A, Isaiah, I guess. Isaiah, yeah, Isaiah, I-S-I-A. The recovery from Osiris from the death. So this is the day of Osiris or Asar. So tonight, do some very heavy Asar shit. Asar represents your subconscious mind. To gain back your memory, your scruples, your sense about yourself, to de-monkeyfy yourself, you want to fuck with Asar, the sleeping god. That's the underworld. And all your information is hidden in the underworld. You know what I'm saying? I had some nigga, I don't remember who it was, sitting next to me talking about, I went to the underworld. It's a spooky place. And, you know, I don't debate. So I'm not going to sit there and go, nigga, please. The underworld is not a fucking place. It is a representation of your subconscious mind, the inner world. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no place you go to. And if you went there, it will be where all the secrets would be. What the fuck you mean it was a ghoul? And where you went to was the astral world and a place in your own fucking mind that you're scared of or that you don't understand. But the underworld is not a place. You know what I'm saying? It's a description of it. So a certain context, the astral world could be considered some of the underworld based upon a description. But the true understanding of the underworld is your subconscious mind, where all this shit is happening any fucking way. Duh. Like, yeah, to get with the science. Stop just guessing shit and then feeling based upon your good guess, because nobody else guessed it, that you should be saying this shit without fucking researching personally to be able to say, here's an interpretation on what I've seen. And if you've seen that, give me more. It's just an ugly world. I've been to ugly worlds before, and they're all associated with this. This is an ugly world, nigga. And this world is an underworld as well, this reality, because it's a low-level reality. But when they speak of it in occult science, they're trying to talk about the underworld in your particular world of consciousness in this moment. And that's your subconscious mind. Holly glory! So the last day of Isia in Egypt, the Hilaria, Hilaria, the rebirth of Osiris. Today is a strong day for you to get information. You got to do the Asarian ritual. Give them that liquor. Give them that green something. You know what I'm saying? Lettuce. Put down a head of lettuce. You know what I'm saying? Talk to Osiris. That's how you're going to keep feeding that, because you're feeding your subconscious mind with the intention of waking it up. A celebration of life via the milk of Isis. So lettuce and milk. What kind of milk? Goat's milk, nigga. So put out that lettuce and milk. You can put it outside. You know what I'm saying? You don't put it in your house. Put it down for those two. Asar and Aset. And the life they're talking about is the return of Osiris, the true life, the true understanding, the true waking up, the seat of the soul, illuminated, ready for the throne of Osiris. The seat of your soul is empty. Your pineal is fucking empty. Your subconscious mind is your connection to Akasha. And that's what is thrown. Because the Akasha is your fucking knowledge, nigga. And your knowledge, God, which is number one, sits on the throne of Isis. Of Isis. Niggers. You ain't getting this, huh? I hope so. Knowledge God sits on the throne of Isis, and it needs his throne. Number two, because his throne is what? Wisdom, motherfucker. Wisdom. And what you manifest is understanding, nigga. The child being born under this divine union. Your ass on the seat. What's the symbol on type of Isis head, nigga? Oh yeah, a throne. Who sits on that throne? Knowledge, nigga. Akasha, nigga. Assad, nigga. Get it, nigga. Today is his day. And that look, it's not an ego look. It's just that I'm bursting at the seams. You can learn this, man. This shit is here, man. Just do it. Say you want to do it and go straight through it. The Isis-Osiris fall cycle, ooh, I didn't know they had a whole fall cycle right after the dog days of summer, after Anubis brings in the fall. So we must get Anubis in this ritual as well. Put out a can of Alpo, nigga. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, nigga. Get some Alpo, a head of lettuce, and goat's milk. Oh, we gonna give it all three of them niggas. Because after the dog days of summer, comes in the fall, what they call the Isis-Osiris fall cycle. It's called the Zetis and Harisis. No, I guess it's Harisis, yeah. Zetis and Harisis, the search and discovery. The search and discovery. The search and discovery. What I've been telling you, your look for consciousness is the search. Your discovery is finding the parts. Your birth, or Horus, the Redeemer, is the sun. The sun in you. The sun is Christ. The Christos energy is Haru. That is the fight which is set, which is human ignorance, the representation of it. No, we can leave it right there with this. Lettuce, goat's milk, and dog food. We're gonna venerate, and those three things are symbolic of the energy that you're trying to wake up and feed. Osiris, Isis, or Asar-Aset, Anubis. Put the dog food out first. He's the guide. Then put out the milk. Then put out the lettuce to raise up your fucking big head cabbage. All right? So enough for now, silly niggas. I shall see you never, unless you're gonna come to this lecture. If you're gonna come to the lecture, bring your ass stinking, bring your stinking ass. At the Hyatt House in Charlotte, 435 East Trade Street, Charlotte, North Carolina, 28202. From 2 p.m. to 9 p.m., November 9th, 2019, the Day of the Dead, synchronization and manifestation with Brother Panic and Khadija Samdi. 35 at the door, just 35 for the webinar. Contact VC Wesi, VISE, WESI at Gmail for any information, any help you may need. Other than that, show your monkey ass up. I'll be in full effect. I'll be murdering it. As always, I bring a lot of herb packs and a couple of other knickknacks sold at the lecture. So come on down. Nigga, it's on. November 9th. That's this Saturday. 435 East Trade Street, Charlotte, North Carolina, my niggas. No tep. And remember, my website is Occult Lectures. If you're confused about that, it is the same as this YouTube page you're looking at. Maybe it's on this side, maybe it's on this side. I suggest this. It says Occult Lectures with an S. That's my website. You're able to get herb packs. My herb packs for years certified. It's 10 years deep in niggerdom. Has been opening up pineals. It's been creating small miracles for niggas. It helps to decalcify and get some activation, but you got to do the work too. You know what I'm saying? But it is a most excellent tool. You can smoke it or you can drink it if you're too much of a pussy. Now, nigga said the tea works for them just as well or in a certain kind of way as smoking. One nigga made pancake syrup out of it. You know what I'm saying? So do what you got to do. I have other tools that can help you with the aura, fuck up fluid, rose oil, CDs for meditation, what other shit. Different forms of herb pack to start to magnetize your aura for attraction. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about attraction or repelling. So we got shit, I got shit that repels negative, dumb shit. Those archon energies, that fucked up fluid is designed to repel those instigating thoughts, those instigating energies that are around you, that come through the people, your boss, your significant others, family members, dumb motherfuckers that just randomly run into you, Uber drivers, you name it, motherfuckers at the club, whatever it is, this fucked up fluid can help with that. And to attract more freak niggas of your frequency, I got the rose oil. You spray it on your chest. Bitches said they had to slow it down. Oh, my bad. The goddess said she had to slow it down. Some of these goddesses, because they attract a bunch of niggas. Then they start needing fucking nigger repellent. You know what I'm saying? Which is fuck up fluid. So only if you want to attract certain things, get people in your favor, that's what that is for. Most of what's happening, I'm starting to put up Bobby Hemmick videos that haven't been seen before. I'm starting to record them, like the C. Freemanel. Those will make their debut on my Patreon for months before I migrate them to YouTube. So you need to sign up for my Patreon, folks. It's patreon.com/brotherpanic. Get videos. I'm going to put my live lectures up there. You'll see them there before they make it to YouTube. Sometimes I throw them on YouTube, but I'm more going to start relying on Patreon, do lectures for Patreon, exclusive. So you want to sign up for my Patreon. There's, of course, different price lists. So the minimum is very cheap. And then you could get class level teachings at a higher price or rare lectures at a higher price on Patreon, but all of that is your choice. Check out my wife's website. She now has products for your chakras. Very instrumental, her class, in helping you get your emotions under control. Those instigators really manipulate you by your emotions. So if you have an emotion that's out of balance, let's say anger, they can always get you angry. That's what's always going to happen to you. If they can always get you depressed, that will happen to you. You know what I'm saying? Or happy to even do some shit, they'll have you happy about some shit you shouldn't even be happy about. You know what I'm saying? Shit like porno. You understand? So, you know, shit like addictions. So the name of the game here is understanding and controlling your emotional frequencies. That's her work. She has a chakra class. Ask anyone who's taken it. Go to her website and look at her testimonials. Motherfuckers' minds are constantly blown fucking with her because what she's doing in that class is absolutely amazing. And she also has products to support chakra work, baths that are off the hook. Motherfuckers are losing their minds about this. So you want to check her out. Her website is SamadhiReadings.com. SamadhiReadings.com. Or you could go to my website, Occult Lectures, scroll down and you'll see links to her entire website. She slowed down on the readings. She was doing readings for the last 8 years, wore her out. So now she's focusing on chakra work, which is absolutely dynamite. I was trying to get her to do that earlier. In my class, I teach really how to start mastering the mind, but your mind will be fucked up if you're emotionally led around. So I speak on the importance and do have a course about the chakras, but she did an entire class about it, which was most necessary. And so you need to check us out, check out what we have, check out our stuff. As always, I'm always trying to find better solutions to mail product out faster. And I think we found yet again, so it's coming out faster. I'm sorry for those who wait, but you got to look at it. I've been doing this for 10 years and got a whole entire worldwide following, and it doesn't escape them to buy shit, to buy one herb pack now and again. So this shit piles up. I mail out every single week. I rarely anything falls through the cracks. There's another thing I should mention. I send it out in, I don't know, 8 by whatever, 10 or 8 by 12 standard package that if you have a small mailbox and the mailman has to walk upstairs, there's a great chance they just returning that shit to me. I get shitloads of returns all the time, and then I'll check the return, and it's the address that the person has left. I'll confirm the address, and they say, yeah. Sometimes I'll send it a second time, and they'll make it to them. But they'll just say, return the sender. And first, you know, of course, it's your mind. It's conspiracy, but then I'm like, oh, I get it. Like, not everyone lives in a house. And these apartments, the mailman sees this shit, so I'm not knocking on this nigga's door. If it don't fit in that thing, and I'm not gonna bend it or whatever, and it don't fit in that thing, I'm just giving it back. It's just easy to put a sticker on it and throw it in the back of their truck and just say, and no one's looking at that. They just sending it back where it came from. So nobody was checking to see if the nigga was lazy. So I know that's because there's too many returns that don't really have a reason. But not just that, like I said, it still takes a while because it's just, I'm the only one doing it. This is not a factory. No one else, what I do is spiritual work. So this is not niggas gonna be touching and just hiring any old sick nigga. The only nigga that touches this is my son because he's up to the chart, he's pure heart. And up to one of my sons. The other nigga, I don't even want him, to be quite honest. Not because he's a bad guy, because his mind is not in it. You know what I'm saying? My other son, I'll pay him to do it, but he'll do it for free because I asked. That's just the type of guy he is. And that's why I want handling my product so it goes out untainted without a fucked up energy on it, and then you splashing it on yourself and teeing it and smoking. So it is what it is. I'm sorry. Like I said, I got you, but plan ahead with me. Don't look with the eBay and Amazon mentality as if I'm jerking you or jipping you. I've been doing it for 10 years. PayPal won't allow me not to do nothing. So it's not like this abundance of something that I'm getting and not giving anybody anything. Oh, Panic, you jipped me. Like, nigga, stop. Like, PayPal doesn't allow that. So it is a wait. That's the only thing I could tell you is a wait. So plan in advance. Don't think it's jipping you. If you feel it's been too long and you need to ask, don't hesitate to ask. Panic, it's been this amount of time. What's up? I usually look, see what it is. If sometimes it comes back, I don't even waste my time looking through returns no more. I'll just say, fuck it, here. Here's another one, and just put it back in the mix. So that's what's happening. That's what it is. Hit me up. Listen to this information. More valuable than anything is the information you just heard. You understand what I'm saying? The information you just heard. Do it. Do it without any intellectual quid pro quo. I know we heard that before. Without any give and take, just do it because you feel like you exercise. And ultimately, you'll start to see where this shit emerges as genius. You understand what I'm saying? Fucking monkeys, boy. Monkeys, monkeys, monkeys. This is what you do to de-monkey yourself, to de-monkeyfy yourself. You understand? Please believe it. All right, guys. See y'all November 9th. Saturday, 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. in Charlotte, North Carolina, 435 East Trade Street. Let's get it, suckers.
Brothers and sisters, the soul children, brothers and sisters.